Student, I'm Sanjana Datta from the Graduate School for Women from the Department of Mathematics. This is my lecture 5 from third sem students. Today I'm going to teach the order of an element of a group. Suppose G is a group and the composition is denoted by multiplication. By the order of an element A belongs to G is meant the least positive integer n such that A to the power n is equal to E, the identity element of G. If there exists no positive integer n such that an is equal to E, then we say that A is of infinite order or zero order. And the order of A is used to denote by the order A. In addition notation, this is called NA is equal to E instead of A to the power n is equal to E. If there exists a positive integer such that A to the power m is equal to E, then the order of A is finite. Also, we must have order of A is less than equal to m. If m itself is the least positive integer such that m is equal to E, then it is written as order of A is equal to m. The identity element E is always of order 1 because e to the power 1 is equal to E, so order of E is equal to 1. Now, take some example of the fourth root of unity, which is finite group, example of a finite group, that contains the elements 1, minus 1, I and minus I. 1 is the identity element, therefore order of 1 is 1. Now, to find the order of minus 1, so we take at first minus 1 to the power 1, that is equal to minus 1. Then order minus 1 square is equal to 1, that is the identity element. So the order of minus 1 is 2. Similarly, order of I to the power 1 is I square is minus 1, I cube is minus I, and lastly I to the power 4 is equal to 1, equal to the identity element. So order of I is 4. Finally, minus I to the power 1 is minus I to the power square is minus I cube is equal to I, and minus I to the power 4 is equal to 1, the identity element. So order of minus I is equal to 4. Next example, in the infinite multiplicative group of non-zero rational numbers, the order of every element except the element 1 and minus 1 is infinite. We have minus 1 to the power 1 is minus 1, and minus 1 whole square is equal to 1, the identity element. So order of minus 1 is 2. Then we can say 2 to the power 1 is 2, 2 to the power 2 to the power 2 is 4, 2 to the power cube is 8, and so on. Thus, there exists no positive integer such that 2 to the power n equal to 1, the identity element. Therefore, order of 2 is infinite. Next, take another example. In the additive group of integer, the order of every element except 0 is infinite. We know for additive group 0 is the identity element, therefore the order of 0 is 1. Now 1 is an element of I, so 1 into 1 is 1, 2 into 1 is 2, 3 into 1 is 3, and so on. Thus there exists no positive integer such that NA is equal to 0, the identity element of the additive group. Therefore, order of 1 is order of I, that is a set of integer, is infinite. Now take another example. The order of an element of a group is the same as the order of its inverse, that is A inverse. Let n and m be the order of A and A inverse respectively. So since order of A is n, then A to the power n is equal to E, the identity element. Taking inverse on both sides, A to the power n whole to the power minus 1 is equal to E to the power minus 1. That means we can change A to the power minus 1 to the power n is equal to E. So order of A to the power minus 1 is less than or equal to n. And as we know, order of A inverse is m. So we can say that m is less than or equal to n. Also, the order of A inverse is m. So A inverse whole to the power m is equal to E. Now taking taking the multiplication, am whole to the power minus 1 is equal to E. So am is equal to E. So order of A is less than m, and here the order of A is n is less than m. Combining these two, m is less than n and n is less than m, we can say that m is equal to n. That is, the order of A is equal to order of A inverse. Now take another example. The order of any integral power of an element A cannot exceed the order of A. Let Ak be any integral power of A, and we know order of A is equal to n. So order of A is equal to n, that means A to the power n is equal to E. So if we take A to the power n whole to the power k is equal to E to the power k, and A to the power nk is equal to E. So A to the power k whole to the power n is equal to E. So order of ak is less than or equal to n. Take another example. Now we give some example of abelian group. Prove that the Prove that if for every element of a group G, A square is equal to E, then G is an abelian group. Let A and B be two elements of the group G. Then, according to the property, AB must be also equal to G. Therefore, AB square is equal to E. Now, AB square equal to E, we can write it as AB into AB is equal to E. AB into AB equal to E, that means AB whole inverse into AB. AB whole inverse is the inverse of AB. And AB inverse can be written as B inverse A inverse is equal to AB. Now, A square is equal to E. This implies A into A is equal to E. That means A inverse is equal to A. Similarly, B square is equal to E. That is, B inverse is equal to B. Therefore, from 1 we can prove that AB is equal to BA. Thus, we have AB is equal to BA for every element A and B belongs to G. Therefore, G be an abelian group. Next problem is your homework. Then show that, another example, show that the every element of a G is its own inverse, then G is abelian. Let A and B be any two element of G, then AB is also an element of G. Therefore, AB inverse is equal to AB, as it is given that every element is its own inverse. So AB whole inverse is equal to AB. So we can write it as B inverse A inverse is equal to AB. Since A, B are elements of a G, so A inverse is equal to A and B inverse is equal to B. This implies AB is equal to BA. Hence, for every element AB belongs to G. Therefore, G is an abelian group. Next example, show that if A, B are any two elements of a G group G, then AB whole square is equal to A square B square if and only if G is abelian. Suppose that G is abelian, that means AB whole square is equal to AB into AB. Now, using associative property, we can write it as A into BA into B. Now, A into BA, in place of BA, we can write AB into B. So, next, A into A, B into B is equal to A square into B square. Conversely, if A, B, C are any two elements of a G, then AB whole square is equal to A square B square. That is, AB into AB is equal to A into B into B. So, A BA into B is equal to A AB into AB. By left cancellation law, we can say that BA into B is equal to AB into B. According to associative property, we can write it as AB is equal to BA, that is, G is abelian. Hence, the students today this much only. Do your homework properly. Thank you.